Hi guys, my name is Lindsay. My school life used to be terribly boring until the new principal came along. Do you know the feeling when you and your principal hate each other? My dislike of the new one happened on its own, and immediately, from the first minute. Do you want me to tell you more about what happened? Then give me your beautiful likes and I'll get started. That day, I had a foreboding, terrible feeling inside. You know that feeling? When you get that feeling before something unpleasant happens, you get a premonition. I always get that feeling in my stomach before something goes wrong. So I woke up, got to school, and just then I remembered that I had to come in 40 minutes early to meet the new principal. Shit! I'm 40 minutes late, I thought to myself. I walked down the hallway, noticed everyone in the general assembly in the gym. I decided to stand at the entrance without going in, so as not to attract attention. Then some girl called out to me from behind, and she coughed a little, and I do not like hints, so I reacted sharply. What do you want? Go back to where you were going. Excuse me? You don't understand? I hate it when hints are thrown. Don't you like it? Get out! I advised you to go into the hall. You're meeting the new director today. I know. I'm late. I don't want to attract attention. And what? I didn't see the new director? Whatever. He must be a fat, bald man anyway. It's a woman. So what? Some fat skank or something. Probably got her job the wrong way. What are you worth? Are you from high school or something? Are you new? You could say that. Then our headmistress announced the name of the principal, and everyone froze in anticipation. That senior girl pushed me over and opened the door to walk in, then stood behind the podium. Fuck that! I shouted. Oh, I felt that day was not mine. After the assembly, I fished out my classmate Spencer, and we had a good chat. He told me in a few words about the new rules at school. It's about being late in the morning, working off the lessons if you don't get good grades, and they also said something about appearance. They introduced school uniforms at our school. What? Are you shitting me? No, I'm just telling you what the new principal said. Her name is Dale Street, by the way. I don't care what her name is. She's sick in the head. How could such rules be put in place? Miss Dale's voice suddenly came from behind. You inspired them, Lindsay, didn't you? Starting tomorrow, I'll be watching your behavior, your grades, and making sure you're not late. She dropped those words like a stone, then walked down the hall, while I stood there stunned, humiliated, and insulted. From that moment on, I began to have real fun. The next day I got up early, wanting to show that I was capable of more, but I swear, everything was against me. First, the school bus left a minute early for some reason, so while I caught a ride, I lost time. Then my ride broke down on the way. There was a traffic jam just before the school, and I barely made it inside. Miss Dale was standing at the front door, too. She ticked off her log, and I tried to justify myself, but she wouldn't let me get a word in. That same day, she called my mom and told her I was 2 days late. After that, my mom gave me a spanking. All week, Spencer listened to me hate on the new principal. My school uniform was too big, and I didn't wear it the first couple of days, waiting for it to get adjusted. But Miss Dale gave me a minus for that too. During the week, I accumulated 14 minutes, and as punishment, they made me do cleaning in the library. I had to go there every day after school and dust all the books and shelves. I was filled with anger and decided that I was going to get revenge for everything. While I was dusting in the library, I heard the librarian on the phone. The principal had asked her to put some papers in order and bring them to her office because they were waiting for the commission day after today. This gave me a couple of ideas. The first thing I did was cut the phone cord in her office, just as the commission was calling that day to ask questions. And then the commission came in unannounced. I found the documents first, of course, and hid them among the books, so the librarian wouldn't find them. There was panic in the teacher's lounge. Miss Dale was courting important people, but they weren't thrilled with the start of her activities. And that wasn't all. The cherry on the cake was me. When the committee was walking down the corridor, I met them, without a uniform, red lipstick, and disheveled hair. They were stunned, and one of them asked me why she let her students walk around like that. She blushed. But that wasn't all. There was a surprise waiting for them outside. I painted a school bus with paint and wrote on it, "Miss Dale, thank you for last night." It was the setup of the year. When the committee bailed, she called me to her office, but I didn't show up and went home instead. Then in the evening, she stopped by my house for a visit, but I had thought of everything. That night, my mother had gone to her sister's for a sleepover, and my father was late at work. Miss Dale spoke in a raised tone from my doorstep, and I wouldn't even let her in the house. Anyway, she left, and I cheered. When I got to school in the morning, Miss Dale was gone. No one had checked our attendance at the entrance, and no one had checked our uniforms. Spencer was surprised that I made it. Oh yeah, it wasn't easy, but I wanted to let her know what it's like to mess with me. I'm not a bad girl either. The director wasn't here that day or the next. She didn't come back until 5 days later. Everyone was surprised. Rumors swirled around the school that I had broken the principal down. What could I do? Just rejoice. And then something unexpected happened. Miss Dale walked into the school wearing a hat, but it didn't help hide her bald head. "Lindsay, did you push her to the point where she went bald?" I'm shocked myself, to be honest. I didn't expect that. "And you're a fire girl. Should we be scared of you?" "I guess so. Let them all know not to mess with me." "Don't you think you're overreacting?" "She started the war first. I won't let her win." "Why? Have you woken up to pity or empathy for her? Aren't you a friend of mine?" Friend. That's why I asked, just in case." Miss Dale didn't look in my direction. She wasn't really looking at anyone, just under her nose. I couldn't let the moment pass without mocking her. I think I lost control between the joke and the overkill. I wanted to prank her more violently, and as Miss Dale came out to lunch, I sort of accidentally pushed her, and her hat fell to the ground. Everyone started laughing and saw her bald head. The principal ran off crying to her office. Everyone was filming her on their phones, laughing, mocking, saying mean things, and I was getting high on it. In the evening, we got a call at home from the librarian. Apparently, the director is on good terms with her. She began to lecture me on my behavior, that I shouldn't behave that way, that I was bad and all that. "It's your business to distribute books and keep order. Why are you prying into my life? You don't know what you're doing." "I don't care. You can't tell me what to do." "I'm not teaching you. I'm showing you the ropes. It's up to you to decide what you want to do. That's the way you are." "What are you talking about?" "Let's get to the point. I'm getting a headache listening to you." "Miss Dale's daughter is sick. She has cancer. The child recently lost all her hair from her head, and Miss Dale gave hers away for a wig for her daughter because she didn't want to wear a wig made of other people's hair." "What did you say?" "You thought you defeated her with your disgusting behavior? No, the only loser here is you, Lindsay. That's all I have to say. Have a nice evening." I hung up the phone and felt so heavy. I wanted to cry and scream because I was ashamed. Spencer and I went to the hospital where Miss Dale's daughter was lying, with many other girls next to her who had lost their hair too. I brought food for the principal's daughter, told her I was going to her mother's school. We chatted, she was cool. Then she showed me her wig made out of her mom's hair. She said it was much prettier than the artificial ones. The girl sitting next to her also cried. Then I decided to do something good. The first good thing I'd done in a while. I went back to school, and while everyone looked on in surprise, I went into Miss Dale's office and put a box on her table. She looked at me and was surprised. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you like that. This whole situation, I'm ashamed of it. Here is my hair. I want to share it with the girls who are in the same room as your daughter. Again, I'm really sorry." Miss Dale was silent for a long time, and just as I was about to walk out, she said, "Lindsay, thank you. It was a truce." There were long whispers from the boys at first, but after 2 days, almost all the girls from the school came to the principal's office and left boxes of hair there. We did this gesture in support to bring at least some joy and hope to those girls. That's what's important, I realized. Giving people kindness, and hope. What do you think? Tell me, guys, did you like my story? Write your opinion about it in the comments below the video. Don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.